Hi everyone, Maya here from MaiStoryBook, and this week's featured story is the newly released After the Fall, How Humpty Dumpty Got Back Up Again. Now this book is written by one of my favorite authors, Dan Santat, and you might remember him from another book that we read earlier on MaiStoryBook called The Adventures of Beagle, the Unimaginary Friend. Do you remember that story? About Beagle and he was white with a little crown. Well, if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out on my channel. It's a beloved story. I highly recommend this story for its inspiring message to have the courage to face your fears. And you never know what new heights you can reach if you have the courage to get back up again. So, for our November theme, I am thankful for inspiring books like this one. Plus, it features one of our favorite foodie characters, Humpty Dumpty the egg. Okay, so this story is about Humpty Dumpty. And do you know who Humpty Dumpty is, my friends? He's a familiar character from a nursery rhyme, and Humpty Dumpty is actually an egg, and he has this great fall. Do you remember that rhyme? Alright, well, let's say the rhyme together to remind you, and if you've never heard it before, then here it goes. Ready? Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty back together again. Oh no, so in that rhyme, Humpty Dumpty, this egg, sits on this great wall, and then he falls down, and he has this great fall, and he cracks at the bottom because he's an egg, right? And eggs are really fragile, and all these king's people try to put him back together, but we don't really know if they're able to or not, right? So this story is about what happens after Humpty Dumpty's fall and how he continues on his life after that big accident. So what do you think? How do you think Humpty Dumpty's life is different now after his accident, his great fall? Yeah, some things must have changed, huh? Because imagine if you had this huge fall from somewhere really scary and high, how would you feel afterwards? How do you think you would be different? Yeah, maybe you might be scared of climbing high places, scared of heights again, huh? But let's take a look here at this cover. What do you see, my friends? What do you notice? Yeah, I see Humpty Dumpty, our egg character here, and he's sitting on the wall, and what's in his hands? Binoculars. Do you know what binoculars are? They're used, and you put them over your eyes to see things that are far away, and it makes them look up close. And what animals do you see here in the sky? Some birds. Maybe birds will be important in our story? Let's find out. Let's begin. Okay, my friends, so here's our title page. Look at what a beautiful illustration. It has our title, After the Fall, How Humpty Dumpty Got Back Up Again. Who wrote it and drew the pictures and... Oh no, what's happening here? It looks like he's falling, huh? He lost his balance. That must be when he had his great fall. Uh-oh. Look at his face. He looks super scared, huh? And now look. Where is he? Gone, right? He must have fallen. And who's left up here? A little bird. All right, let's see what happened. My name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favorite spot, high up on the wall. I know it's an odd place for an egg to be. Do you think that's a strange place for an egg to be high up on a wall? Maybe if they're fragile, right? They don't want to fall. But I loved being close to the birds. Like a little bird here. Then one day, I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part. You know, like the rhyme, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Folks, people, called it the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand, which sounds really important, kind of. It was just an accident, though. But it changed my life. Oh, so his life did change. And I think we'll find out what's different. And look, down here. Look, what are these? His binoculars? Yeah, looks like he fell. And whoo, his binoculars fell too. See how it has that little white streak? It makes it look like it's dropping. Here's how he climbed up. Let's see how his life changed. Ooh. Fortunately, all the king's men managed to put me back together. So the king's people were able to fix him. But look how does he look different? I see some band-aids and he has some cracks. How does he feel right here? Yeah, he looks kind of worried, kind of scared, sad because he has little cracks. And he's coming out of the King's County Hospital. So it looks like he was in the hospital. Let's look over here. Where do you think he is right now? In his room? And my friends, what do you notice? What are some things you see in his room? Up here on the walls, this little article. Yeah, a lot of bird things. Remember how he really liked birds? Yeah, he has some bird drawings. Right here it says, famous bird watcher claims top prize. And I think that's him. And down here is his desk. Oh, and look. All right, so all the king's men managed to put me back together. Well, most of me. There were some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. So they're able to put him back together, but it sounds like part of him is still broken. On the inside, maybe? Wow, look at this page, my friends. Where is he? What are all these things on the shelves? Looks like cereal at a grocery store. And what do you notice about this picture, about the colors? Yeah, I see a lot of rainbow colors on top, but what about at the bottom where Humpty Dumpty is? Yeah, they're all blacks and grays. They don't look that exciting as the top ones, huh? After that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things. So let's see. Look at his face. How is he feeling? Yeah, he has this big frown. And because he fell, now what is he afraid of? Heights. Even this little baby height, huh? He can't get some of his favorite things. What can he not get in this picture? Cereal, right? All the fun ones are at the top. But do you remember what did he really like to do on top of the wall with his binoculars? Yeah, he liked to look at the birds. And it sounds like he's too scared to go up there and look again. Oh. Let's see. I walk past the wall every day, and I would think about climbing that ladder again. I really miss the birds and being high above the city. But I could never do it. Because I knew. But I could never do it because I knew that accidents could happen. Uh-oh. Look, here he is. Here's Humpty Dumpty, and here's the wall. And it sounds like he really wants to see the birds again, but why not? What is he scared of? Falling again, having another accident? So it sounds like if you have one big accident, then sometimes it makes you scared to try things again. Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever been scared of something because you messed up or had an accident the first time? Well, it could be kind of scary to get back up again, huh? Looks like Humpty Dumpty is scared. What's going on here? I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. With his binoculars. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. Then one day, an idea flew by. What did he see flying by in the sky here? A paper airplane? I wonder what his idea is. What do you think his idea is if he sees a paper plane in the sky? Let's see. What is he doing here? Looks like he's trying to make something. Oh, look at all his different faces. Looks kind of, how is he feeling right here? Frustrated or angry? Let's see what he's making. Making planes was harder than I thought. Making a paper plane. Have you made a paper plane before? So he's making a paper plane. Have you made a paper plane before? Yeah, maybe you should try it out. It was easy to get cuts and scratches. Ow. But day after day, I kept trying. And trying. Huh. He looks like he's giving up, huh? Sometimes when you're trying something you can't do it, you're just like, ah! So look, he's trying really hard to make a paper plane. Look at, he's sweating. Yeah, here he is. Do you think he can make it? Sounds like he keeps trying and trying. What a hard worker. Until I got it just right. Wow, look at his plane, my friends. What does it look like? Yeah, it looks just like a bird. A paper plane bird. Huh? My plane was perfect, and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being up in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. Ooh, so look, he's throwing the plane, and I kind of remember, this kind of looks like in the Beagle book. I see this dotted line, and this line kind of tells me the pathway that the plane took. You ready? Let's follow it. So it's going here, up off the page, down here, circling around, loop-de-loop, and over here around, and shoom, it's flying by. Wow. So you found something to be kind of like a bird flying a plane. Unfortunately, accidents happen. Uh-oh. What do you think happened, my friends? What's the accident, do you think? And how does he look? How does his face look? Yeah, like shocked and kind of scared, like, oh no. You know, if I look really closely at his eyes, I see this line across his eyes, and I see like a little shadow of the plane. I wonder if that's the wall, and that's like the plane. What do you think's going on with that plane over that wall? So accidents happen. They always do. Oh my goodness, here's the wall, here's the plane. What happened to the plane? It went over the wall. Oh no. Look at, he's like, my friends, what do you think he's gonna do? Do you think he's gonna climb the wall and get his plane? Maybe he's too scared? I wonder, but he worked so hard on that plane, right? Oh, let's see what he does. I almost walked away again, but then I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things I'd missed. What were some things that he missed? The birds, the cereal. I decided I was going to climb that wall. Ooh, my friends, look, he's standing down here. He's kind of got his hands on his waist, and he has a very determined look on his face, like, I'm going to climb that wall, huh? So even though he's scared of heights, it looks like he's doing it anyways. He's facing his fears. Let's see. But the higher I got, the more nervous I felt, the more scared. I didn't want to admit it. I didn't want to say it was true. But I was terrified. Oh my goodness. So he's climbing it and he's facing his fears, but how does he feel still? He still feels scared. So my friends, even when you have the courage to face your fears, while you're doing something that's scary, you still feel terrified. You still feel scared, right? But having courage means that even though you're scared, you still do it and you still try again. Look at his hand reaching for the next ladder. I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I just kept climbing, one step at a time. My friends, so when you're scared or something and you're trying to do something hard, you just keep going one step at a time, right? You don't think about what's in front. You don't think about what's in back. You just keep going. Look at him. Look. Look how high he's getting with the city. Do you think he's going to reach the top? Let's see. Who's this up here with all the birds? He did it. Oh, my friends, isn't that so happy? He faced his fears. How do you think he feels right now? So happy, right? So he climbed and climbed until I was no longer afraid. Wow. So it looks like he faced his fears. He climbed all the way to the top. And what happened when he reached the top? Was he scared? No, right? He wasn't scared anymore. And he's got this big smile on his face. Wow. He had a lot of courage to face his fear of heights, huh? And look how happy he is now that he did it. So good things can happen if you try again. Let's see what happens. Maybe now you won't think of me as that egg who was famous for falling. So he doesn't want to be remembered as something sad for falling, right? What do you think he wants to be remembered for instead? For facing his fears, for climbing the wall and getting back up again? And my friends, what's going on here? I see it says crack, crackin'. What's this coming out of the egg? Crack, crack. And over here, look, some more cracks, and I see some things coming out of the egg. I see some birds right here. What's happening to this egg? Let's see. Hopefully, you'll remember me as the egg who got back up. What's going on here? What do you see? See some wings, maybe some bird wings, some eggshells. So Humpty said, hopefully you remember me as the egg who got back up and learned how to fly. Oh my gosh, my friends, what happened here? What happened to Humpty Dumpty? Wow, it looks like he hatched into a beautiful bird and can fly. Wow, my friends, because you know eggs, right? Eggs hatch into birds. And it looks like, look, his clothes, his eggshells. And now, remember, what did he really like to do up on that wall? Look at the birds, and now what happened? He is a bird and he gets to fly with his bird friends. Oh my gosh, my friends. So the egg was really scared, but he faced his fears. He climbed the wall, and what happened when he faced his fears and tried again? He got to discover new heights and do his favorite thing. He got to fly like a bird because he hatched with brand new courage. Wow, my friends, so it seems like if you have the bravery to do something and try again, you can have really great things happen. So what are some things that you might be scared of, you think, that you could have the courage to try again? Yeah? So maybe you can try doing something you're scared of one step at a time. And who knows what can happen at the end, right? Maybe something grand and fantastic and something brand new will happen in your life. Look over here. I think maybe Humpty Dumpty's over here flying with his friends. The end. This here says, life begins when you get back up. So when he gets back up, a whole new life started for him. Alright, my friends, this book was after the fall, and I hope you really enjoyed it. I liked how in this story, I could see there's a lot of predicting that you could have done about what happened, because I saw a lot of bird pictures in this story, right? They said he loved birds. There's a lot of things about flying like birds, and that kind of gave me a hint. It kind of helped me think about that maybe at the end, maybe something about birds would happen. And I know from my own knowledge that eggs hatch into birds. So that could have helped me figure out what was happening in the end, huh? Something to think about. What would be really fun is to go back through this story and see all the different clues that told you that maybe he'll be a bird at the end. All the bird clues throughout the story. So next time you read it, look out for those clues. Alright, my friends, thank you for reading this with me, and I hope you enjoyed it. Alright, so for this week's craft, it's a really cute one, and here he is. It's Humpty Dumpty! And like he's dressed like Humpty Dumpty with the suit and the tie. And of course, this story was all about new beginnings though, and you can see here that Humpty Dumpty can hatch, and out comes a brand new bird, right? His new bird life where he's flying and soaring. This is a really cute reading buddy to have because you have Humpty Dumpty, and in the end when he's cracking, you can open him up and see the bird that's folded inside that spreads its wings in the end and flies and learns to soar and has the courage to learn to fly again, huh? And of course he's no longer afraid of heights, right? Because he's a bird and he's flying. So this is a really fun craft to make. Very few materials needed, just construction paper, markers, and some tape and some glue. And it's super cute because the bird just folds right in. It's tucked into this little pocket here and hidden away under his shell until it's time for the great reveal, right? All right. So all the instructions for that craft can be found on my blog, MaiStoryBook, by clicking on the link below. You can also find all the additional reading resources on there, such as vocabulary to point out and some major themes and ideas of this story. So as always, if you do this craft, this Humpty Dumpty craft, please share with my storybook. I'd love to see your crafts and hear about your own reading adventures. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, comment on my blog or on YouTube, and all those social media links can be found on those links below. Also, please comment, like, and subscribe to my storybook to keep up with all of our new reading adventures. New reading adventures come out every Friday, so stay tuned for next Friday for a new November feast-themed featured storybook. It'll be a lot of fun, and it's definitely a reader's favorite, so I look forward to seeing you next Friday for our new reading adventure. But until then, my friends, I hope you have the courage this week to face your fears and either try something new or try something again, one step at a time. I believe in you, and I know you can do it. And of course, I'd love to hear all about it. If you want to share your own stories of courage with my storybook, again, click on the social media links below to shout out to my storybook and share your own tales of bravery. So, my friends, I will see you next week on next Friday. So until then, happy reading!